Hello, Spartans. This is Mr. Kaggia, your librarian, with information and updates to BYOD for this school year. When we refer to BYOD, or bring your own device, we're talking about any electronic device that you own that you bring to school for use in the classroom. There's a list of those here that you can see. It does include e-readers, those Kindles and Nooks that may not be tablets that only have books on them, but they still fall under personal devices and are subject to the BYOD rules. Some of the rules that we're going to share are Wake County district rules, and the people who are responsible for BYOD at the district level and the Wake BYOD network have these rules that all schools must follow. So we don't have any choice in these rules, but we're going to share them with you because you are held responsible to these as well as school procedures. The first Wake County rule for BYOD is no sharing. Any device that you bring to school to be used in class may only be used by you. You can help and guide one another with the devices, but you cannot hold someone else's device or give your device to someone else to hold for you. This is something we see a lot around the building. It's very easy to do, to hand someone your device or to take it from them, but you don't want to be in a position where someone breaks or damages your device while they have it. At the same time, you don't want to be holding someone else's device when something bad happens. You don't want to be responsible for it in case something bad happens. It's best if everyone hangs on to their own device at all times. You will be given permission to use devices in class from your teachers at certain times, but you can only use the devices as directed by the teacher for a very specific assignment or task. You will not be allowed to play games on your devices when you feel like doing it. You also will not be given free time in class to do whatever you want to do on your device. It is against Wake County rules for teachers to give you free time that you're going to use on your device, so don't expect to have any of that time in class. It's best if you get in the habit of putting your device in Do Not Disturb mode or temporarily turning off notifications for those apps and games that you constantly get interrupted with throughout the school day. Your teachers will also be checking up on you to make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing on your device, and you will be redirected if you are not. The next Wake County rule is that you must be connected to the school Wi-Fi. You cannot be on your personal or family's data plan. This is the Wake County rule, and there are no exceptions. Your teachers have information on how to conduct random Wi-Fi checks in the classroom just to be sure that you are connected to the Wake County BYOD network, and if you are not, you will be redirected to make sure that you are. Please ask for help if you are having trouble connecting to the Wake BYOD network or finding it or knowing exactly what you need to do. If you're trying and having trouble connecting to Wake BYOD, you know you're connected, but it's not working, power your device off and turn it back on. So the Wake BYOD network works just like the school Wi-Fi for the laptops. Those of you who connect to Wake BYOD know that there is a splash screen that comes up whenever you connect. It looks like what you're seeing on the screen right now. If it doesn't come up automatically, you may need to force it to open. The way you do this is you go to the web browser on your device. That's Safari or Chrome or Silk, and you enter a website address. You cannot put in just a Google search, so you can't put in just Salem Middle School. It won't work. You have to put in a full website address like walmart.com or espn.com. This should force the splash screen to come up. Then you scroll to the bottom and tap or click connect. You need to do this every single day when you come to school. Even if your device is set to remember the network, you must connect to the splash screen every day. Otherwise, you will not be connected to the Wi-Fi and you may be drawing down data. You should not be texting anyone during the school day. This includes your parents. However, if you need to contact your parents, you may ask your teacher for permission, or you may go to Student Services. The Student Services office is a safe zone for you to be able to call or text your parents, but you should not be texting them from class without permission. Sometimes you're tempted to respond to messages from home during the day. We are also asking your parents not to text you during the day in order to help you follow these rules. Also, if you have your device in Do Not Disturb mode, it'll cut down on some of those distractions and those temptations. If you have any trouble with where Do Not Disturb is on your device, check with a teacher or check with someone in the library. You can also check with a friend who may know. Just remember, no touching. You can show someone how, but you can't hold their device and do it for them. The last Wake County rule that you need to follow is the Responsible Use Policy, the RUP. These are the district rules for using technology at school, and it includes when and where you can use your personal devices. This is something that we go over with you at the beginning of every school year. When you look again at the splash screen for Wake by BYOD, all of the Wake County rules are written in here, and you are agreeing to those when you tap or click Connect. So it talks about the RUP, it talks about BYOD as a privilege that you can lose. It also talks about using only Wi-Fi and no personal 3G or 4G data usage. It also talks about how school administrators and district officials can take your phone from you and search it if they suspect that there is something going on. And of course, you are always responsible for your device. So those were the Wake County rules. Now we have some Salem Middle School procedures that you will need to learn before you can use your device in class. Every student who wants to use a device must sign a BYOD contract and have that contract signed by a parent or guardian every year. This is so we know that both you and an adult at home are aware of the BYOD rules and procedures. So even if you had permission last school year to use BYOD, you still need to have a new contract filled out and signed in order for you to be able to participate in BYOD this year. Last year's contracts are no longer valid. After you turn in your signed contract, your teacher will give you a new BYOD sticker. The sticker gets placed on the front page of your student agenda or whatever you are using in place of one. Some teachers will require that you have that agenda out and open to the sticker anytime you're using your device, so it's important not to lose your agenda or leave it at home. Your elective teachers will also be looking for this sticker if you're using devices in their classes. So your BYOD contract covers all classes and areas, not just your core team. The next school rule procedure that you need to pay attention to are the classroom signs. All classrooms have these signs in the doorway, green, yellow, and red, and they tell you your device status going into that classroom. Please use the signs. Don't go into class if the sign is on red and ask the teacher if you're using your devices. These signs are communicating exactly what you need to do before you enter the room. If you're on red, the devices are turned off and put away. You won't be using them. If you're yellow or green, your device is turned on but docked on the desk, which means it is laid out on the desk with your other classroom materials. Your teachers will tell you if they prefer your devices to be face up or face down. On yellow, you will ask permission to use your device or be told when to use them. On green, you may use your devices as needed, but still only for purposes related to the classroom activity. We cannot stress this enough about BYOD green. The green sign says use devices freely, but it does not say you can use it for whatever you want. For instructional use still applies. On green, your teacher will still tell you how you'll use your devices. Green is only an indication that you may use devices for that specific purpose without asking permission. Your device will remain docked as long as you are seated and not using the device. So please also be sure that you don't leave your device unattended as you move around the room. You'll just have it docked on the desk while you're sitting there, but don't leave it behind. We have permanent red zones around the building, so once you leave the classroom, the yellow and green signs turn off and you're in a permanent red zone. This also applies to earbuds. Earbuds need to be out of sight while you're in the hallways. Devices in these areas are often away from 7:45 until 3 o'clock. For 7th and 8th graders, those of you who go to the gym in the morning before school, you must turn off your devices and put them away before you step foot out into the hallway at 8 o'clock. Administration may allow you to use devices in the gym from the time you arrive at school until you are dismissed, but once you leave the gym, you're in a red zone and the device needs to be off and away. You will not take those devices out again until you enter a classroom that is showing BYOD yellow or BYOD green. If you are seen with a device or earbuds in a red zone, you'll be reminded. And if you do not comply, you can have your device taken away, and you may be also written up for discipline. Another school rule relates to photos and videos. You need to be aware that you should not be taking photos or videos on your devices at school without permission from the teacher. A teacher should always know when you are taking photos and videos, who you're taking photos of, and why you're taking them. You should also be asking permission of anyone who is appearing in the photo or video if it's okay for you to be taking it. You shouldn't be taking photos or videos of classmates or teachers without them knowing that you're doing it. And if anyone asks you if they can take a photo or video of you, you really should be asking them why they need to do it and what they intend to do with it once they're done. You don't want any of those things to be posted in places where you have lost control of them. So really start having a conversation with each other about photos and videos that you take and where they end up. Tagging someone in a photo or video is not the same as asking permission. So make sure you're asking permission before those photos and videos are taken. Docking your device. We mentioned docking earlier when we talked about the classroom signs. Docking means that your device is on the desk where the teacher can see it. Some teachers will have a designated space on your desk. Some will tell you face up or face down. That's up to them. Regardless, docking means that when you are working on your device or waiting to work on your device, it is above the table where it can be seen at all times. If you forget to bring your device to school, then your device has the day off. You may not have a parent bring it to school and drop it off in the front office. It will not be accepted. Charging is sometimes an issue. We recognize that the charge on your device may not last all day. Charging in the classroom is up to your teacher. Check with your teachers to find out which ones will allow you to charge your devices in class and what their procedures are for that. You may not leave your device in a classroom to charge and then go somewhere else. Your device must be with you at all times. If someone takes your device or you lose it, it's a lot of time and effort, and we are not obligated to help you look for it. So please keep those devices on you at all times. You need to remember that BYOD is a privilege. If you abuse it, you'll lose it. The consequences for repeatedly not following directions or misusing your device are outlined here. Consequences for the first or second offenses will be assigned by your core teachers, and these will probably be the same consequences you would have for other infractions, not just BYOD. After that, you face losing your BYOD privileges, which means you will not be allowed to use your devices at school for a period of time. Beyond even that, you can face admin consequences that you see here. That's ISS lunch, or days, or even out-of-school suspension. BYOD is a valuable learning tool, and when it's done well, it can really have a positive impact on your learning. However, it's very important that each and every one of you know what the rules and procedures are and follow them wherever you go at Salem Middle. These rules and procedures are the same across the school so that you know what to expect in any area of the school. Everybody has the same rules everywhere. So it's pretty simple, folks. If you just do as your teachers ask, and follow the rules as they're laid out, we should have a smooth and positive BYOD experience for everyone.